Hello, my friends. Good evening and welcome to BiancaMMM. If this is your first time here, welcome. We're so glad that you are joining the community. And if you are already part of this wonderful community, welcome back. I love seeing you guys in the chat, seeing you guys in the comment section, and it's great to connect again. I'm very excited for today's live. It's going to be a different live. I'm going to focus on the motivation aspect of the channel. As you guys know, Bianca MMM stands for Mind Meditation Motivation. On the mind aspect, we always focus on psychology, true crime, and body language behavioral analysis here. And we also have guided meditations in the channel that you guys can check it out in English and Portuguese. And we have the motivational part. So today's psychology, motivation, a little bit of family dynamics, and how to approach the holiday season. We're starting here in the US. This week, we're going to celebrate Thanksgiving, and it is a big, exciting, one of the favorites for most Americans here. Thanksgiving. It's all about gratitude. But sometimes talking to my friends, I find that a lot of them are stressed out or they are feeling afraid for judgment of spending time with their families and not pleasing their families enough, not doing everything right, and just, lacking something. And a lot of my friends are anxious at the same time that they're excited to spend time with their families coming from other places. And I just want to share a little bit of my perspective on all of that. One thing, if you guys know, I did lose my mom. I no longer have a dad as well. He passed away when I was very little. My mom was about 7 years ago. And I have a sister here, but we are not really close either. So I had to learn, okay, how to find gratitude and how to find love and how to find community in these holiday times. So I want to share with you guys how I navigated dealing with difficult people or difficult situations in the holidays and also finding gratitude, right? One of the most important things is to give back, to help other people, to focus on others other than ourselves. Because when we are focused on ourselves only, we are going to feel like we're lacking stuff, that we're comparing ourselves to other people, and we're never going to measure up when we compare how we feel inside with how other people look outside. Because guess what? When we go to social media, we only post the best. We're not going to post about how we cried in the bathroom because somebody said something hurtful, or how we're feeling a little bit judged or anxious or less than. We don't usually post about that. But this is why I wanted to share with you guys my perspectives and a few experiences I've had and a few tips on how to deal with the holidays. So let's get started. And I'm going to go ahead and put this presentation on that I created for you guys. And I'm very excited about what we're going to do today. So, first, here, we're going to talk a little bit about Thanksgiving, the holiday mindset, how to approach family dynamics, expectations, comparisons, how to have self kindness, tap into the gratitude and emotional peace during the holidays. So, gratitude is very important for me. And I believe that one of the easiest ways to tap into gratitude is to focus on what we already have, right? We're grateful for what we already have. Really tap into that feeling and not just say, I'm grateful for my dog, I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for food, but really tap into that feeling. So, one way we're going to tap into that feeling today is by watching a very small portion of this video here. And we're going to watch this, but then you guys are welcome to watch on your own because I want you guys to see in life, sometimes when we focus on ourselves only and only on what we have, we can't appreciate the little things that we have, right? That other people would like give everything to have. Just by living in the United States, generally speaking, having the ability to, just having food, having a roof around above our heads, it's usually so much richer than so many countries. But one thing that I want to show you guys is not only what we have uh, financially or anything like that, but it's also our health. So here's a story called Beating the Odds, 6 stories that prove that anything is possible. Let's take a look.
Daring to dream is how little Alyssa has gotten through life since her accident. Last May, she was hit by a truck. Her leg had to be amputated below the knee, but she didn't let the operation keep her off the stage. And less than a year into her new life, Alyssa delivered a showstopper at her dance studio's recital. She performed an original piece. And if you think just the dancing is brave, watch this. Alyssa removes her prosthetic and doesn't miss a beat. I asked her why she did it.
To show them that I was still me without it and to be myself.
Lots of kids dream of being the next LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, but Julian Newman may just have a shot. Only 11 years old, he's playing guys 2 feet taller and 7 years older. And guess what? He's beating them.
They think that I'm not good, but when they see me, they see different.
This 5th grader is already the starting point guard on his high school's varsity basketball team. That's right, fresh from elementary school, Julian plays for the high school varsity team.
Right away, we knew he had a talent.
His dad, also his coach, helped put together Julian's highlight reel on YouTube. It's going viral with more than 2.5 million hits and counting.
Welcome to the Track and Field Championship.
When Charlotte Brown runs down her lane with her pink pole vault and leaps into the sky, you hold your breath. She's just 15 years old and she's learned to fly. But what's most amazing is she can't see.
I really can't make out a blur even. It really just doesn't. It really just blends in for me.
She can't see the track or the fancy color of her pole vault or the faces of the people in the stands. She's legally blind.
So you have no idea, what I really look like.
Right.
Doctors don't know why, but she started losing her sight when she was just 16 weeks old. Several surgeries later, none of it helped. She took to the pole vault like a champion. But how in the world does someone who's blind do so well at something that's challenging for anyone? This is what pole vaulting looks like to a sighted person.
Wow.
This is what it looks like to Charlotte. She says it's like looking down the inside of a little black straw and seeing a blurry light at the end.
That is so cool. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. I'll put the link down below in the description if you guys want to continue watching that video. But I wanted to give us a little bit of perspective, right? Because when we talk about family and holidays and being grateful and tapping into Thanksgiving, a lot of us, unfortunately, because of, we have high class problems today, right? I'm anxious because my family is coming, or I don't know what I'm going to cook for dinner, or I don't know how many toys I'm going to give my kids, or whatever the case may be. But a lot of people go through difficult situations, and a lot of us, compare ourselves to others or compare ourselves to what we don't have. So this is why I wanted to play this video, to see how some people, they overcome situations that, they can't see. They don't have a leg anymore. They just overcome, because inside of every human being, there's this inner force, this inner strength, the desire to overcome and achieve. So I want to share with you guys, all of these tips that I've been going through and studying, and hopefully we can discuss together a few items that will help you guys, if you're going to spend time with your families, on how to navigate those difficult situations better. So for example, let people be who they are. Let them be who they are. If somebody is grumpy, if somebody is mad, if somebody is complaining, if somebody's talking about politics, whatever it is, let them be who they are. If you have to step away, if you have to take a breath, if you have to take a walk, that's fine. But just remember, you cannot make anybody happy no matter what you do. Like my friend today, she was stressing out because somebody's coming, her parents are coming. And she says, no matter what I do, it just doesn't satisfy them. They're always like grumpy or something. And we are brainstorming like, okay, maybe you guys can do this. Maybe you guys can do that. And at the end of the day, I told her there is nothing you can do, because I tried to make somebody else happy like that in the family. And you're going to try different strategies, but it's not you. It's because there's something inside of them that is bothering them, and you can't change. So families won't magically change because it is Thanksgiving. So if somebody is too negative, dramatic, controlling, loud, let them be. If it's bothering you and your peace, step out for a minute. You don't have to fix anybody, and you don't have to match their energy. Let them behave how they choose, and you choose your peace. So people show you who they are every holiday. It's not personal, it's patterns. So you let them be who they are and protect your energy. Thank you guys so much for being here and making comments. I love it. Here we have from K9, Mind Help, from years ago being homeless after a car accident and 9.5 years court case. Always said others had it worse. Ever so lucky to now have 120 acres for a dog rescue. That is so amazing. A shed home and freedom to live life. You see, and that is we're so glad you're here. That's a perfect example of gratitude, of having gratitude, because you know how bad it can get, and also that always somebody else can be going through something more difficult or worse. So tap into what it is that we have today that we can be really grateful for. Thank you for caring enough to pass on wisdom learned, and it can be very draining. So sorry for your losses. I passed about my pain. LOL. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, so a lot of things, that we can learn together how to navigate this life. And it doesn't have to be draining to spend time with your loved ones. It doesn't have to be anxious. It doesn't have to be, I'm afraid of not cooking the right thing or anything like that. Just let them be who they're going to be and enjoy their presence, because you know what? We only have this moment. So tip number 2, where's tip number 2? Let's see. Wait. That's not it. Yeah. Okay. So I think this is supposed to be, there's supposed to be a slide before, but okay. I don't see the slide yet. I will come back to it. This is 5 simple ways to protect your energy. If you start getting very stressed around somebody, if somebody's pushing your buttons, or your mother-in-law is saying like, you're not good enough, you don't do that enough. Oh, I wonder who this is, Bob Brown. Ask Bob. I have gratitude for Bianca. Good to see you, my friend. So 5 simple ways to protect your energy. Take a walk. You don't have to explain anything. Just fresh air and movement will change your emotions like almost immediately. The moment that you just start walking, you're gonna already feel a little bit better. You can create space without explaining. Excuse yourself for a minute if you need. Don't fight. Don't get into an argument. Just excuse yourself. Say, I gotta go to the restroom. Go say a prayer. Go listen to a song. You can put an uplifting song. 30-second music can change your mood, and one song can change your whole mindset. So you can say a quick prayer or affirmation. You can breathe before responding. Deep breaths can help you to stay calm and centered. A deep breath is a tiny miracle. So there's so many things, right? Walking, taking a short walk, you get out of that energy, you get out of the room, you're not there anymore in the tension. And when you walk outside, you have fresh air, you have the trees, the sky, the sunlight, hopefully. Or if you don't have the sunlight, you got the cold weather, and you can just breathe deeply, like, and just let it go. Remind yourself, it's not me, it's them. Let them be who they are. I can't change them. I don't need to change them. All I'm responsible for is my peace, and I will not let anybody steal my peace. And then go to gratitude. I'm grateful that I'm here with my family, that I have my family. Some of us don't have a family to spend the holidays with, which, I've learned how to enjoy myself anyways. I give back, I go to church, I spend time with my dogs. That's what makes me happy. It's much better to have a simple life with peace than to force a situation, spend time with people that are just going to drain you or make you feel horrible about yourself. But if it's just regular, family stuff and just little things, take a walk. There's nothing rude about walking away. It's just self-respect. You're protecting yourself so you can be better to enjoy their presence better, right? So again, you don't have to explain yourself. Just, it's not a fight, it's not a struggle. Just, if you have to say, I'll be back in 5 minutes, or I'm going to take a call, or I'll be right back, and just go listen to a song, say a prayer, something to shift your energy, to calm your emotions, to reconnect you with gratitude. Thanksgiving is about gratitude. It's not about judgment, it's not about comparisons. So, a quick prayer or affirmation you can say is something like, God, give me peace. God, give me serenity. Help me to stay calm. God, help me to, guide my reactions, guide my thoughts. Help me to stay quiet if I have to. Don't let me say anything I will regret. Let me choose love over ego. Spiritual grounding is the fastest emotional reset. You guys know I love true crime in this channel. And one of my favorite hobbies is to watch like Bruce Rivers, the attorney, Stop Selfish Snitching, Bruce, or many other channels that will show you guys, that will show a situation. So I watch 48 Hours, I watch Bruce. And in those episodes, like so many times, the things that happen are due to just relationships, and strong relationships, strong emotional reactions. Somebody got outraged, or somebody lost their temper, somebody drank too much, and a crime, and it resulted in a crime. So a lot of these tips, are just like helping us to deal with our mental health and helping us to deal with how to deal with people, because people are different. We're all at different we all have different desires and interests, and we want to talk about different things, watch different things, and we just learn how to deal with each other, right? So let me see here. The next tip, after taking a walk or protecting your energy, all those things, is that most people, okay, stop expecting. This is a big one. Expectations equal disappointment. Stop expecting people to act differently just because it's a holiday. Just because it's a holiday. Here's Ask Bob Brown now. He has a new name, guys. God created dogs because he was so disappointed in humans. So, guys, I actually don't think you guys ever met my new dog. I have a new dog. Her name is Molly. You guys already know Whisper, right? Whisper, the king of the house, is over there somewhere. But let me try to pick up Molly because she's right here. I adopted her maybe a month ago, and she's so sweet. She's sleeping, but hold on, let me try. Come here, Molly. Come here, sweet girl. I just want you to meet everybody, Molly. Oh my God. She's a mix of, I believe, a Maltipoo, poodle with a Maltese. And they told me she was 5 years old, but the vet said she's at least 9 or 10. And she was used for breeding. And then they were like, no, we don't want her anymore. How can you not want her? Look at this girl. She's so delicious and she's like a baby. Mwah. I love her so much already. It's not even funny. Uh, whew. So anyway, so now I have double trouble in the house, right? I have Whisper and Molly, and they keep me super grateful because I go to the dog park because I have dogs, and guess what is there? Sunlight, trees, music in my ear, walking, movements. All of those things are good to reduce stress, mitigate any sadness, depression, any feelings that life is not working out for you because you're just moving, you're going, your energy is flowing. um Canine Mind Help too says, true mate, Bruce River is great. Watches when Michael was not even on camera. Yeah, I love Bruce River so much, and how he presents himself even after the horrible tragedy of losing his son so young recently, last year. But he seems like an excellent guy, and I just enjoy his sense of humor, his wisdom, and I probably watched all of Bruce Rivers' videos already, so I really enjoy that, and it just makes me, like, for example, let's talk about the case of Sarah Boone, right? What was that case if not poor decisions, alcohol abuse, and emotions going haywire, right? If we learn these tools of emotional sobriety, psychology, mental health, boundaries, accepting others for who they are, you can't change them. Let them do whatever. The other book that I'm listening to recently called Let Them, fantastic book, because I do get sensitive about other people and how they behave, and I want to fix everything. And it's like, just let them do their thing. You're going to have a lot more peace in your life. Hi, Molly. YouTube changed names. I was Ask Bob. I know you were Ask Bob. That's weird. But we like Bob Brown. We like all the names. She's so beautiful. Yes, she is. These dogs are great. Dogs are great. Worked at RSPCA, like your ASPCA, for years, helping them with behavior and assessments. They have 150 types of tail positions, 50 types of licks, blinks, passing, etc. You should create a YouTube channel about that. We would love to learn more about body language on dogs. Or you should come here and we should do a video where you tell me about the body language on dogs, because we love dogs in this channel. So anyways, let's go back here and see what are the tips here on this slide, right? Stop expecting people to act differently just because it's a holiday. I know sometimes it's like a fantasy, oh, but it's Christmas. We should be together because it's Christmas, remember how we always fight? Don't worry, we're not going to fight this time because it's Christmas. Some people you can put boundaries. Some people you shouldn't be with, period. And some people you can be with at Christmas, but you have to understand how to manage your own emotions so that you're not stressed out at the end of the day. So don't have high expectations. Don't expect somebody to come in completely different and just create this fantasy Thanksgiving or this fantasy Christmas that you see people posting pictures about. People post pictures about the best, the highlights of their lives. They're not going to tell you, oh, sorry about that. My phone is not on silent. They're not going to tell you how things are not working out. They're just going to tell you how, sorry, guys. Somebody's at my gates trying to deliver something. So I'm just going to text them this. Okay. So anyways, just because we have this image in our minds of what life should be, what a holiday should be, what a dinner should be with the family, just the lower the expectations for anything different, the less disappointment. And acceptance, right? Emotional freedom. When we accept somebody for being exactly who they are, especially in the journey that they are in, I have a difficult time with that because I love learning and I love listening to books and I love resources. So whenever somebody comes to me to complain, what my brain does is try to find a solution. And I'm like, oh, you're complaining about this? Read this book or do this or take this class or do this or take this exercise or go to the gym and do this. And they're not asking me for a solution. Most of the times, people that are complaining, they just want to complain. They just want to be like, whatever life is this. And if your life is more successful, even if they are family members, they might not want to, they might not really appreciate that because it's a subconscious thing. It's not that people that they don't want to see your success. It's not that they don't enjoy, they're not happy for you. It's just that whenever we see somebody succeeding, we are reminded that we're not at that level. And that makes our subconscious mind feel a little bit less. And then we don't like that. It's just a human thing. You see somebody succeeding, and you're like, oh, good for them. Good for them. And then your mind is like, you're not there. Like, see? But it's subconscious. A lot of times it could create jealousy or become envy and all that bad stuff. But a lot of times it's just subtle. So even with family members, you have to be careful with that. But just let the people be who they are. Emotional freedom is an act of love for me to let somebody be who they are without trying to fix them. And for me, it's a very hard task. So I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to adapt. Holidays don't magically erase people's flaws. So if somebody's constantly emotionally abusive, or somebody's always judgmental, or your mother-in-law is coming in and saying, well, you're not taking care of the kids like how I would, and making you feel like you're not a good mom or you're not doing a good job, just that's them, and just because it's a holiday, they're not going to change. And your job is not to hope that they're going to change. Your job is just to manage you so that you can have a good holiday. You can be a plus a positive force in your family, and you can be confident that you're doing the best you can, no matter what anyone says. You have your conscience clean because you're like, I'm doing this, I'm doing that for my kids, I'm doing that for my family, I'm doing that for the house. And that's it. Not because somebody's going to say, well, if I was cooking this, I was going to make it this way. Don't allow it. Don't allow it to make you feel bad. We have K9 saying that Sarah was a messed up unit. That video was chilling. I am too sensitive with my mates. Also try to keep the peace. I do have a channel for clients, not big into social media, but open to ideas. Cool. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. Everybody loves dogs, and I think that dog content is very, very cool. I did talk at Royal Easter show about dogs and how they see us. Why they do what they do. Stretching is a greeting. Tail spinning in circles, expectation of positive events. You will love it. Yes, I will love it. Is there anything recorded that you can send to us? Maybe we can play it here in the channel for our next episode. I mean, seriously, I love dog content, and I'm very curious to know more about how my dogs see me, and how they see the world and all their reactions and stuff. So anyways, this is a slide that reminds us that if you're alone on the holiday, and if you just don't have a family anymore, or if you don't have, you're not in a relationship and stuff like that, you can always go out and help others. You can go to a food drive, a food pantry, and just serve other people, help clean up, embrace whoever needs you the most. Because guess what? If you're going through a tough time emotionally and if you feel alone, the odds are there are other people in this world that also are. So when you guys get together and you help each other, it just boosts, your self-esteem, it boosts your confidence, it boosts that sense of community and the desire for companionship that we all have. It doesn't have to be from a relationship, from a romantic relationship. It can be from somebody who just needs to be with somebody else. To give is the biggest gift, because when we give, we get fulfilled, really fulfilled, more fulfilled than anything could buy us on Black Friday. So, number 3, don't compare your holiday to anyone else's. Get out. You can watch social media as much as you want, but remember, social media is a highlight reel. So it's going to be about, this is the best picture, the best angle, these are the best filters, and this is my life. Okay. But nobody knows when you are crying by yourself, or like when I lost my mom, for example, so many afternoons, I close my blinds. I put spiritual music on. I pray. I cry. I go through my grief. But you're not going to see any of that. If you go to my social media, it's only happy pictures. And you're going to be like, wow, look at her life. She looks so happy all the time. So, social media, guys, is an illusion. Don't let it fool you. Some families are small, some are broken, some are toxic, some are distant. Your Thanksgiving does not need to look like anybody else's Thanksgiving, a Hallmark movie to be meaningful. It doesn't even need to have a turkey. I don't like turkey. I think turkey is dry. The only turkey I like is the one that I get from the deli to make sandwiches. So I'm not making turkey. I'll make some chicken, and I think I'm gonna make a squash puree this year with some vegetables, and it's gonna be me and my dogs. And in the morning, I'm gonna go help out somewhere. Those are my plans. Simple stuff, dog park, simple stuff, food that I enjoy. I'm not gonna make a huge turkey just because it's Thanksgiving. Some people like turkey. Great, go ahead and make a turkey. But that's what I'm saying. Just because society says this is how this holiday should be, it doesn't mean you need to follow it. Losing your mom must have been so hard. Hugs sent from the Mutts and I. She'll be so proud of you for helping people. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Yes, it's always, something that is there when you have grief like that. But I love her so much. I believe she's in heaven looking down on us. She was a great person, very humble person. Taught me a lot about humility, really. A very hard worker, always smiling, always grateful, always in church, just like being grateful and doing service for others. And she's somebody that I look up to for sure. So anyways, Stop comparing. Be grateful. There's always going to be somebody who is prettier, skinnier, richer, that looks like has more, that has a better house, a better car, but none of those things matter because in a moment, everything is gone. If God decides to call our lives today and say, hey, I need you back here, and that was it for you, guess what? Anything that you accumulate, your body that we work so hard to be fit, to be at the gym, to eat right, the house, the car, none of that matters. What matters is how you cherished, how you shared your heart with others. If you were present for your kids, for your friends, for your family, if you tried to contribute to the stream of life, have you tried to share something that is good with others? Or are you just self consumed and self absorbed, thinking about your problems today, what you don't have, what you wanted to buy on Black Friday, but you don't have money for? Please let us shift. Let this stream be a help for us to shift from that position to a better mindset, a gratitude mindset, a real gratitude mindset. So even when we're kids, I saw the little guy here as a child, right? Already looking at somebody else's ice cream because his ice cream was bigger than his. See here on the bottom left, the kids are looking at his ice cream. And that's just how we are, right? Ask Bob. This is an amazing stream, Bianca. I'm telling people to watch the replay. You're so brilliant. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do because a lot of times when I do the type of content for meditation motivation, I record it and then I make it, I make it a video, but I wanted to make it as a live so you guys could participate as well. Usually this content does better as a video after, but talking about that and talking about being grateful, I'm going to play a little bit of one of my first videos. So the voice is going to be different. Guys, don't laugh. Please don't laugh at me. It's one of my favorite videos. I really enjoyed making this video. It was really like from my heart. I wrote everything. I put the music on it. One of my first edits. It's 3 minutes, but I want to share because I think it's good. So hold on, let me see here how to share this. And it just helps us to appreciate life. Let me make sure I have it here. This is it right here. Not that it's a scam, that's something else, which is actually a very good video about taxes that I do recommend, but has nothing to do with what we're doing here. It's called Heart Meditation. It's 3 minutes, and let me play and let me know if you guys, for any reason, cannot hear it. And enjoy. Take a moment to really pay attention on this video and breathe and just be grateful.
100 times per minute, over 100,000 times in one day. That is the power of your heart. Without any effort on our part, this muscle pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood daily to every cell of our body, feeding each organ, muscle, and bone. That is enough blood to fill up a swimming pool in one day. That's right, in one day, your heart alone could fill an entire swimming pool. Today, I challenge you to stop for a moment, put your hands on your hearts, and take 3 deep breaths full of gratitude. Come on, breathe with me. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. This small action is a sign of gratitude for this heart that gives us life, day after day, minute after minute. From your heart to the hearts of those you love, those you don't even know, especially those who need it the most. Send them your love today. Smile and wish them the absolute best in this life. All that is honorable and good and just and pure. All that is loving and excellent and worthy of praise. Encourage one another and build each other up. Keep your eyes focused on what is right and look straight ahead to what is good. Be careful what you think because your thoughts run your life. Send beautiful thoughts and let them flow into and out of your hearts, filled with gratitude for the power of your hearts. Above all else, guard and protect your heart for everything you do flows from it. This second, this minute, this day, and always. Thank you.
Isn't that cute? This is like probably my first video that I created when I started doing YouTube. And it's one of my favorites because it's so true. Like how many beats, how many heartbeats we get, how much just one breath does for our whole body. And also one of my favorite parts of this video is how we can send a positive thoughts to somebody who is suffering, somebody who is homeless, somebody who is in jail, somebody who is going through addiction, through suffering. There is so much suffering in this world, and sometimes one prayer, one moment that we stop and we just send them something positive. My reach, in my reach, we are spiritual beings. We are humans, but we have a soul. We don't stop here, and it's just so powerful. Now, thank you so much, Bob, for this super chat. $25. Wow, thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving, Bianca. Thanks for all you do. I love you no matter what, with or without super chat. So thank you so much. This is great. The swimming pool got me. Right? That's the amount of blood that we get in one day, like a whole swimming pool. So I will post that link here so you guys can go back and watch that meditation if you want another day. I'll put in the description below. But anyways, going back to our presentation here on how to deal with family dynamics and all that good stuff during the holidays and how to manage our own emotions. This is another tip. Be kind to yourself. You're doing the best, and that's more than enough. Give yourself grace, especially the moms out there. Please, please, please. You don't need to cook the perfect meal. You don't need to be a magazine ready home. You don't need to be emotionally perfect. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel emotional. It's okay to feel grateful, overwhelmed, or all of the above. Give yourself some grace, take a breath, and just keep going and be yourself. See, she's here not taking herself too seriously, just being herself, having fun, trying something different. What a beautiful, beautiful girl. Set micro boundaries without making announcements. So you don't need fights, you don't need speeches. Boundaries can be quiet. Just limit your time, limit your conversation, and limit what you share depending on the person and their past behavior with you. You are allowed to protect your energy without explaining yourself. That's another thing we always, a lot of times we feel guilty. Boundary is something I learned after a certain age. I never knew what a boundary was. I grew up in a chaotic environment and everybody was in everybody's businesses. And when I learned about boundaries, the first thing that I experienced was guilt. If I tell you that I need space or that your behavior is making me suffer, I feel guilty because I shouldn't. I should take everything, right? And with time, I learned that it's self-care, it's kindness, and also it's protecting the other person as well, because we don't want to make anybody suffer. It's just that sometimes the emotions get carried away and people might say things to each other that may cause hurt and pain. So when you realize that those situations happen and you understand that if you put a boundary there, it would improve significantly. You're protecting yourself and you're protecting the other person. There is nothing really that you don't have to put yourself into a situation where you're going to be completely emotionally drained when somebody's going to put you down and down and down. You don't have to do that. So if you have to spend time with somebody this holiday that is going to make you feel less than, that is going to make you doubt yourself, that is going to make you feel like you're not doing a good enough job as a mother, as a friend, as a sister, as a daughter, whatever the case may be, you have to think, okay, is it true what this person is saying? Is it true? Do I need to assess myself and look at my behavior? Or if not, if this is just from this person, you just remove yourself from the situation or limit the time that you spend together. Um, Being remote and seeing people once or two times a week, small towns are like days of our lives. I stay away from drama as much as possible. Small towns and small talks, nonsense everywhere. I think similar. Yes, absolutely, guys. This applies to any human interaction, any human relationship. It applies to anybody because people, we just have these instincts, we just have these different personalities, we just have these emotions, we have all kinds of things. We talk about psychology in this channel all the time, and human beings can be so complex, right? We got people with personality disorders, we got people with emotional problems, we got people with addictions, we got people with traumas. And guess what? We're going to the situation thinking everybody's like us. But no, everybody is bringing their own baggage to the situation. So some people in the small town may be talking about each other, gossiping, right? Because they get fed from that. They get some type of like thrill, some type of, hormone giving them pleasure. And it's not a great behavior. You want to try to stay away from that. But if that's what makes them happy, fine, let them do it. And you just try to focus on things that are gonna make you a better person. Self-improvement, mindfulness, prayer, anything that is going to make you a better person. But they're doing that, fine. Don't go and be like them and say, let's talk about them talking about other people. It's just limits. Just be like, I live in a building where people love to talk about each other. And sometimes I pass by, I'm like, good morning. Oh, I gotta go. Okay, have a great day. That's it. That's my interaction. I'm not gonna sit here and just talk about, oh, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? I don't want to do it. Kelly Cow, hi, honey. Good to see you. Hi, I was just having a little cry, so this is a nice surprise. Hey, crying is good. I love crying. Sometimes you need to let it out, right? Because stuffing our feelings inside is unhealthy. Guess what? They're going to come out somehow. And sometimes they come out in a rage or in passive aggressiveness if we don't deal with them in a healthy way. So when we can cry in our own time, pray, ask God for some help, some guidance, maybe share with a friend that we trust. That is a healthy way to process emotions. And I hope you're okay, Kelly. If you ever need anything, I'm here for you. You know, I hope everything is okay and it's just a situation that it'll pass. So that's good. So let me see here what else. So again, micro boundaries is fine. You're allowed to protect your energy without explaining yourself. Just be like, all right, mom, I have to walk away, or I have to walk away from your shit. No, I have to walk away real quick. I will be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. Whatever you need to say, just remember, you're not gonna change anybody, guys. Now again, here's another tip, which we already talked about here, but be grateful for the good, even if everything isn't perfect. Gratitude doesn't require a perfect life. Celebrate what is going right. Okay, so I'll give you guys another example, right? I was upset this week because I made a mistake in whatever counting, whatever taxes that I was working with. And I was like so upset. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be so much higher than I thought. And then I was like, I should be celebrating because in a way it means that I made more than I thought I was gonna make. And I'm like, let me be happy about the wins, or let me be happy about because I was also upset. A lot of times I watch financial podcasts and I want to learn more about that. And I want to, learn more about investing and making smart financial decisions. And then I hear things and I'm so upset about decisions I made a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I'm like, I should have done the other thing. I shouldn't have done what I did, or I should have done this. But then I'm catching myself thinking, wait a second, what about the good decisions I made? What about the things that I did right? Let me take a moment to celebrate and to be happy about that. Because sometimes we take inventory, right? We look at ourselves and see what we're doing wrong. And it's very easy to focus on the negative. Oh, I did this. I was selfish. I'm not measuring up here. I'm not doing this. I ate too much. And like my friend, another example, she has been going through this weight loss journey, and we go to the gym together, we do a lot together, we work out, we talk about nutrition, all that stuff. But we love to eat, both of us. We love to eat, and she loves to eat sweets. So sometimes she's like, oh my god, I can't believe I ate all this, I ate cheesecake and blah blah blah. And I'm like, but did you look at yourself and how often you're going to the gym now, and how much you're working out, and how much better decisions you're making? So when we take inventory, let's not just stay on the negative, on the red. Let's look at the balance sheet and look at the green, look at the positives. What did you do today that was good? That was a good decision. What did you do this year that was a good decision? And I always like to start around this time, November, to take inventory of the year, to make plans for the next year. Like what can I improve on? How can I make life more exciting? How can I make life more productive? And I'm excited because I do have a lot of plans for us, for the channel. We're gonna be more consistent, maybe making Sunday every Sunday and bringing different content. So I'm very excited for the future. I'm optimistic. And gratitude is not about ignoring the hard parts, it's about strengthening the good parts. Uh Here we do need to be kinder to ourselves. I can help others way more than myself at times over the years. That is very common, actually. In psychology, it is something that is widely known. We will do more for others than we would ever do for ourselves, ever. Like you can just watch people and how that actually is true. You will do more for others than you. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't take a day for me to do this. Or no. Oh, no, no, I have to do this for the kids. I have to do this for my husband. I have to do this for this person. So let's be kind. Let's try our best to learn small ways to be kind, to be grateful for life as it is. So here's the heart meditation again. We already saw that. Here's another tip. Manage control. You don't have to manage everyone's holiday experience. You're not responsible for everybody's happiness. You're not the emotional referee. You don't have to be in the middle. Hey, stop yelling at your sister. Stop it. You don't have to force harmony, and you let people be adults and let the day unfold. Oh my God, look who's here. The young jerks is here. Hello, my friend. Hi, Bianca. As I get older, I do take time for myself. Yes, we have to, because otherwise we will burn out and not be able to give to anybody, to be present, to give our best, to give our 100% to anybody. So today I was talking to my friend, and she was telling me how her parents are going to come to visit, and there's nothing she can do to make her parents happy, and they have a hard time with the kids yelling and all of that. And I told her, listen, limit, activities that you guys can do together, but that you're not going to be stuck in a room together. And if they start losing their patience, you just say, listen, dad, mom, we're going to do this. We're going to go to a movie theater, or today you guys have the day off, whatever. You just don't have to be responsible for their happiness. If they can't get happy that they're just enjoying time with their family, then guess what? You couldn't do anything to change them inside. So let me see here. What else do we have? Yeah, subscribe, guys. Leave a comment below. We have a nice challenge that I'm going to talk to you guys about. Whoa, what was that? Look how cool that was. All right, all right. So then be present, be in the moment. This moment is really all we ever have. When we are with our friends or our family, put the phone down, slow down, feel the moment, try to listen. And all of this that I'm telling you guys are things I try to practice, because I am super alpha on the go. I want to do things, I want to be productive, I want to be creating different projects at the same time. So if somebody's telling me a story and I don't find it very exciting or interesting, I will zone out and I'll be like, okay, what could I be doing this time? It's horrible. I'm telling you. Everything I'm sharing with you guys because I need to learn as well. So I'm thinking, wow, I could be doing this and that in this, I could be creating this or doing this. But then I'm thinking, wait. We are doing something very special here, creating connections with another human being. It's important to listen, to give my time to listen, to connect, to try to understand. If there's some feedback that I can provide, give feedback, but feel the moment, notice the small beautiful things, because Thanksgiving is about connection, it's not about perfection. Okay, so this is a good one for me. So see, this moment will never come back. It's one moment, and it's going to be a memory for the kid. It's going to be a memory for the father. So if the father was on the phone or worried about work or the credit card bills, guess what? The boy would have a different memory here. Being the oldest with no dad, I thought I had to fix everything. I think cool noises. Thank you so much. Yeah, we always have that mindset to think we should fix everything, and it's not our responsibility. Just helps you to have more peace when we let go of that. And remember, you get to choose your energy. The holiday doesn't control you. Family doesn't control you. Their mood doesn't have to become your mood. You can choose your peace and calm and softness. Go take a walk, guys. Go take a walk. Don't get into arguments or fights. Take a moment to thank yourself. How about that? Being grateful for yourself, for surviving hard seasons, for showing up every day, for growing up, for healing, for not giving up on yourself, for becoming wiser, stronger, and softer. You're the project you have been working on all year. Be proud of who you're becoming. That is such a difficult thing to do, right? We usually look at other people, we can see the good things in other people, but we cannot see the good things in us. Be grateful for the things, the hardships, and how you became stronger from them. That's beautiful. So here's our little holiday meditation challenge. Okay, I'm going to challenge you guys now. I have a 5-minute gratitude meditation. It's 5 minutes. You just put it in the car and you go drive to work, or you put it in your earbuds and you just go walk your dogs or whatever you need to do. 5 minutes a day. Okay, you go to the link and you make a comment there. I start today. For example, if you're going to start tomorrow or tonight, you're going to take the dogs for a walk. Day one, gratitude meditation. You listen to it and you try to listen to it for 30 days. It's going to improve, rewire your brain possibly, because after we do something consistently for 21 days, we create permanent change. Meditation has so many benefits. Just Google them and you'll be like, what? I will sleep better. My heart will function better. I'll have less stress. There's so many things that will improve on all areas of your body, mind, and spirit. So take a look at the meditation. I'm going to play the meditation before we end so that you guys can finish the live with this one. And for 30 days, reduce stress, feel more grounded, and strengthen gratitude. You can go also to my BiancaMMM Facebook page that I will put the link below. And you can say, I'm doing the 30-day gratitude challenge. It's beneficial for you, and it's going to be a great challenge for us to practice as a community. So without further ado, I just want to say thank you so much for bearing with me, especially during a different topic, right? I know that a lot of times you guys come here and you want to talk about true crime and some criminals and some body language stuff, and we have been doing really well with the last videos. I really appreciate your support, but I also want to share these things that I'm very passionate about with you guys, about, personal relationships, emotional growth, and all of that. And I hope that it can bring value to your life. So thank you for bearing with me as we transition to other content as well. Of course, we're always going to talk about body language and true crime. And please let me know if there is any specific case that you guys are following that you guys want me to cover, and I'll be happy to do. So we're going to end today with a gratitude video that I want you guys to go there and sign up for the 30-day challenge. All you have to do is put a comment on the video, on the comment section saying, day 1 gratitude challenge for me, and you listen to it for 30 days every day. I recommend you just do it in the morning because that way we get it over with. And it's just a great way to start the day. So let me just go ahead and play this, and I will see you guys next Sunday unless something happens, and I'll let you know if we have to change anything. But so far, next Sunday, we will have a live again. So here's the gratitude meditation video.
Hello, and welcome to this gratitude meditation. When we appreciate what we have, we raise our vibration and give space to the law of attraction to fulfill dreams and goals. Challenge yourself for 30 days to reflect and feel the transformative power that gratitude can provide. However you are right now, just take a slow deep breath and hold it and slowly release, repeating this a few times. Deep breathing provides many health benefits, reduces life. Thank you for all the places I was taken to grow and learn. Thank you for my relationships. Thank you for my family. Thank you for love. Thank you for empathy and compassion. This way we have lower levels of stress or depression. When we learn to be grateful for what we have in the present moment, we allow the universe to give us so much more.